look at up on the top of Shoot Haven car park, which overlooks the harbour. And as you can see, we're just having a bit of windy up there at the moment too, but having a bit of a general look around just to see what's there, what we're likely to find once we get in our kayak and start travelling out amongst all those islands. The water doesn't look too bad, but the wind is a bit strong at the moment. I'd say it was running around 15 to 20 knots, but we'll give it a try and see how it works in the next day or so. We're out and about with our kayak, heading for a little island called White Rock, and as we arrived there we found another group of kayakers that had gone out on a half-day tour with Salty Dog Kayaks. We finally arrived, set up camp on Whitehaven Beach in one of the lovely areas provided by National Parks. And what I'm doing, just having a bit of a walk around. This is early in the morning, most people aren't up yet that are camping there, and just to give you a bit of an idea what the area looks like. If you didn't do it early in the morning, it'd have to be late afternoon, because otherwise it's just totally overrun with people. Crowds of tourists taking in that lovely beach called Whitehaven. Now here we are, we're walking down past the shelter towards the beach, and as you can see just in front of me, a bit wonky with the camera. It's my first time using a GoPro and trying to create a video, but here we are, lovely, just a lovely sun coming up over the east, reflecting on the hills in the bay there. A few boats out and about, moored. It's a good mooring. There's quite a number of yachts anchored there at most times from what I can gather. Just gives you a bit of an overview of what it's all about. Around, there we go, there's another kayak there, just a small one. There we are, looking up the beach, the tree. It's quite a long beach, and the sand is beautiful and white. There's no two ways about it. It's fantastic. Water's crisp and clean, a little bit fresh, but not too bad. Here we go, we're ready, packed up on the beach to launch. It's Sunday morning and the weather isn't all the best. It's a bit fresh, it's drizzling with rain, and when you look ahead it's quite misty. There we are, there's Rosemary paddling away, a little bit choppy and rough in Solway Passage as we're heading for Chance Bay, or I should say looking for Chance Bay. Here we are, Rosemary resting on the rail, wondering what it's all about. What am I doing here? Looking out over the water, thinking, should I really be doing this? Bit of heavy rain in the evening, but with a bit of luck it'll be gone by the morning and we'll be able to pack up in the dry. I'm sure this is what Rosemary was thinking as we were looking out over the bay and the rough choppy water out from the headland of Chance Bay. Arriving at Henning Island was a surprise in the sense of it was a beautiful manicured lawn, and it was actually mowed. You could see the lawn clippings there, so no sand in your gear, between your toes. It was just lovely to camp there. Lovely picnic tables and a great view looking out over the water. It was really lovely to this for a change. Leaving Henning Island, we paddled in a northerly direction for a couple of kilometres before then taking the plunge and heading across the Whitsunday Passage. Roughly a distance of about 7 to 8 kilometres because of the diagonal we were taking it on, to try and get a bit of advantage from the tides. What we did, instead of heading direct for Plankton Island, we headed for Denman Island because it was much more visual by having a cliff face that we could pick out from the distance and aim for. We found this a lot better. Once we'd reached Denman Island, it was a simple matter of then turning north again, and we could visually see Plankton Island in front of us, and a couple of kilometres paddled we arrived at our next campsite. I had no hesitation whatsoever landing the skin-on frame kayak on a coral and rock strewn beach. It manages it really well without any issues, punches, holes. Here I am, slowly wandering up towards the campsite, tucked away amongst all the greenery. Just having a quick break at one of the channel markers on our way back to Schulz Harbour, just to refresh our energies, have a drink and get ready for a nice leisurely paddle. Getting back from our trip, we arrived at the ramp, unloaded, dragged all our gear up to the side of the ramp, edge of the road, and I headed back to the caravan park with the bus, came back with the car, and this is what I found. Our gear spread over everything, drying, just like the lounge room at home, and Rosemary rummaging through a bag of food, looking for any goodies that might be left. I think it was those glucose jelly beans that we so loved. have a map showing our intended route in red and the actual route that we paddled as close as possible in purple.